He can join us. Same format for St. John's press conference. We'll do an opening statement from the head coach, and then we'll open up to Q&A. Go ahead, Gary.
Well, first of all, I got to congratulate Aurora because I thought they were a very well-coached football team, and they made life rough for us. They were a really good football team, and I know a lot of people thought, that this was going to be an easy game. But if you watch film of them during the week, it was pretty evident that they had some talented kids, and they're very well coached. We threw everything we could at them, and they hung right with us. So congrats to those guys. Our guys never gave up, and there were a couple times during the game where we were down by a couple touchdowns, and our guys hung in there. And we talk about that all the time. There's going to be times in a game where you got to get up off the floor. You got knocked down. You got to get up off the floor, and we were able to do that a number of times and make just enough plays to keep the game going in our favor. But fortunately, we were able to outlast them.
Questions? Go ahead, Frank.
Chris, let's start because you just said it's a shame you left your homework until Sunday because you're so tired. I mean, how draining is a game like this, especially when you just look at the numbers? I mean, there's like 1,100 yards of offense. I mean, to be on defense and have to get up and keep going back, how draining is a game like this?
Well, it was fun, man. I mean, I'd rather a game like this than a blowout. These are the games you live for as a competitor, and Aurora did a really good job. Their quarterback is a really talented guy, and so it was draining, but it was fun nonetheless. So,
next question.
Eric Fraser from the St. Cloud Times. Coach, is this how you expected the game to play out today with a big shootout?
I hate shootouts, first of all. Never liked them. No, I didn't expect our defense to give up 47 points, if that's what you're asking. But again, I could see they're explosive. I mean, they were averaging 51 points in a ball game, and their quarterback did a great job of extending plays for them. We thought we had him a couple times, and he got away and was able to make a couple plays. And obviously you always want the game to go differently. And I talked to our guys about getting a jump on them right away. I don't know if they've ever played from behind, but they make a big play right away at the beginning of the game. So to answer your question, no, I didn't expect it to go that way, but we got ourselves in the middle of a shootout and we won it. So I'll take that too.
I mean, Kai or Robbie, either one of you guys. I mean, offensively, you guys were able to make enough plays to make sure this game didn't, I mean, there were times where it looked like the momentum was swinging to their side, and you guys came through with some touchdowns. Just offensively, I mean, that's kind of a different approach because you guys have been able to play with the lead. The defense has been able to keep you guys in front a lot of times. What was the approach today when you were coming from behind, digging yourself out a lot of the way?
I'll go first, well. Okay. Well, I've been here for, 20 years?
Seems like it.
Something like that.
I know the coaches in our league think that.
Yeah. And we've never, like Gary said, defense has never allowed 47 points. And I just remind the guys that defense has bailed us out a lot of times and that this was our time to step up as an offense and make those big plays and score touchdowns, and that's what we did. Robbie's fourth down catch was huge. We made a lot of fourth down plays that really kept us in this game.
Yeah, kind of coming out, we just know our goal is to score every single drive no matter what's going on. I kept saying on the sideline, we're going to do everything we can, be the best versions of ourselves. So, just keeping our composure and just keep going no matter what's going on in the game. We did that, so it's really good.
Next question.
This is for any of your players. What goes through your mind after Kai scored to take the lead, with a minute 49 left in the fourth? Anything went through your mind?
I said, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Sorry, Gary. Oh shit. When I looked at the clock.
I hope they don't print that. But
say something else. Oh man, I don't know. But I looked at the clock and I said, minute 49.
Yeah.
And I knew they let me score. They weren't lined up right, and they moved their guy out the way. They want the ball back, so.
from a defensive perspective, I mean, we just knew we had to battle. I mean, we go over our 2-minute drills all the time. We knew they had no timeouts left, and we wanted it no other way. Offense did a really great job, like you guys said, keeping us in the ball game the whole game. And it was our turn to repay the favor. So defense did a great job.
Gary, you talked about seeing them on tape, and so you knew that they were a talented team coming in, but what impressed you most about them, especially offensively?
Just how well coached they were and the adjustments they made. I mean, we changed our defensive approach 2 or 3 times during that game, going with 3 down linemen, bringing in an extra defensive back, and going man, doing as many. And they've still found ways of moving the football. So a very, very well coached football team and very talented team. And I was just totally impressed. And I saw that during the week. I mean, I don't care who you play when you're putting up 60, 70 points a game. And, that says something about the caliber of their kids and from their quarterback on down. We thought we could maybe have a little bit of an edge with our defensive line against their offensive line, but their guys did a pretty good job. I mean, we pressured him, but he still found ways of making plays.
It's just how tough was it to corner him? Because, I mean, there are times he was able, it looked like, he was maybe dead to rights in the backfield, and he'd step up and find a receiver. And
Yeah, it was kind of just get sticky, find somebody. A lot of times we thought it was like, oh, you almost stop. You thought it was a sack, and then he'd shoot out the backside somewhere, and you have to go find the guy. So, he was real slippery, really elusive, and I mean, he did a really good job of keeping his team in this game.
Jackson, is that the kind of games that quarterbacks look for? I mean, how competitive is it when you see a guy who's lighting it up, the other way, and then obviously, you're kind of having to hold serve and keep your team in the game?
Yeah, well, coming in, he has like 51 touchdowns, so he's averaging 5 a game, so we knew it could potentially be a shootout with their passing attack. Came out right off the bat, scored, touchdown. So, we knew we didn't get down ourselves. We knew that we just have to, every time we touched the ball was very, very important. Was critical to success, so we kept putting it in the end zone. And quarterback-wise, I love throwing the ball. Love playing full games and everything. We got dudes out there making plays, so it's fun for me, fun for all of us.
Other questions?
It reminded me of a 7-on-7. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. I don't know. I'm by nature a defensive guy, but
that's not the game that I think is a defensive.
No, it looked 7-on-7 to me, but I guess there were linemen out there playing.
Any other questions?
Jackson, do you have any thoughts or feelings on achieving the 10,000 yard career mark in passing? Broke that today.
Didn't know, just I'm happy we came out with a win today. That's all I really care about, because at the end of the day, you can have all these kind of stats, but we have one goal, and if you don't win, people are gonna remember whether you win or lose, and that's what it comes down to. So, gotta keep moving forward.
I mean, just as some of the younger guys, especially when you're in a game like this, and you have a guy who's like Jackson and Kai too, and guys who've been there for all these games. How comforting is that? What was the mood like in the huddle, even especially on that last drive where you scored, where you're driving down and you need points, you need a touchdown?
It feels good. We have leaders out there, guys like Jackson and Kai, keeping our composure up, just making sure we keep our heads in and everything. So that leadership definitely plays a huge role when we're out on the field, and we just know, like Jackson said, we gotta put emphasis on scoring every single drive, and that's what's important.
If I could chime in too, there's more than just me and Jackson. We can't forget about our offensive line. Those guys are the ones talking in our huddle, making sure everyone's calm and collective. They do a good job of, we're going to give you time. They know what to do, and they've been dominant.
It starts with them. They do a great
They're
job.
the backbone of the entire offense. It starts and ends with them, so, yeah.
They say we do.
Any final questions?
You're excited to see this team again to start the season?
I know, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, their AD called me and asked if we'd be interested in playing, and I checked to see how they were doing. They were 6-1 at the time, and I thought, well, they're obviously pretty good. Little did we know we were going to play them in the playoffs, but they got a lot of good kids coming back, and Don does such a great job, and he's going to build that thing. It's a giant weight in there.
Anything else? All right, thank you, gentlemen. Good luck next week.
Appreciate it.
What is I think Chapman